Hi there and welcome back. We are officially on the 70th episode of our masterclass. And frankly speaking, we are nearing the end of our training. At this point, I'd like to invite everyone to subscribe, comment, and if you have questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comments below. This will not be my last playlist because after this, I will be making a series of topics like PostgreSQL and Next.js. So please subscribe. In the last video, especially in the last three videos, I've shown you how to create a dashboard based on a model that is created from an SQL statement that we contained in a PostgreSQL function. We also have created a multi-page report based on that model that will print headers and footers on the pages and grand totals, usually that are required by accounting. No? So you must have accounting compatible reports. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to create reports that group records together. This is useful in accounting, especially in the preparation of trial balances or T accounts, no? A process that they use to prepare for the financial statements. Okay. In this hotel application, we have a lot of accounts, which we present in debit and credit form. At this point, by the way, if you're wondering why they are not in total, because our guests have not checked out yet. So there are remaining accounts receivable. Okay. The difference is in the accounts receivable portion. Anyway, uh, we'll be implementing this button, which is to print the group transactions, no, found in this list view. Okay. Uh, Unfortunately, no, the template which I've shown you last time will no longer work in the sense that grouping will require a variant number of rows per page. No? The last template requires that each page will have a uniform number of rows, which will not happen in a group report because the group headings and the group footings will come at random. That may change the number of lines that are present in a particular page. So therefore, I'm going to present to you a different template, which I'm going to also present in the GitHub repository below. So this is a template that we use for grouping and uh, creating footers and subtotals for groups. No, this doesn't limit our page into 65 lines per page. So this is also the same format or template that we were using in the original guest bill, especially the single page bill. This is not a single page format. This is a multiple page format that will have a group header and the group footer. So first we will have open our model, and remember that our model is at the same dashboard, hotel transaction dashboard, which we have created before. And then we will insert the standard page header here. I have created a different standard page header for the summary reports. No, let me show you that first. This is page header 2. Okay, in this header, I have also included the variables date from and date to, so that we don't have to keep repeating this in the succeeding pages that you are going to create. Okay, so we'll now pass variables date from and date to. Okay, these are the variables date to and date from, so that automatically they will be printed in our header. So now let me go back to our template. Okay, here it is now. So we'll be inserting the page header here with a period of date from and date to, and then this is our contents, no, main contents, no? And then which will have our standard header, the column headings, the usual way. We will start it with a table with a header with a T head. Okay, okay, and then we will insert the group totals. After the T head, we will start with the body. Okay, the body will start with the group totals. Now the group totals are based on a condition. We will have a base condition using a, a variable called last account. The account, because we are going to group our records by account titles. We initialize it to false, okay? So that at the first row, we will not print a group footer, but we will print a group header only, okay? And then for each line, no, we are this check, no, if there's a content, no, for each line, we will first insert a group footer, okay? That is if the last account is not false, no. So during the first record, no group footer is printed, and the last account is not equal to the latest account title. Okay, I have included this already so that you can just change the variables if you're using a different field for the basis of your grouping. You can use a series of fields by just concatenating them. We will print the group footers in a row. We can have several rows if you like. No? And then after printing the group header, we'll print the group footer. First, we will check if the last account is equal to false. If it's false, it's the first record. And the last account is not equal to the line account title, which means that there's a new group. So therefore, we are going to print a group footer. We are going to initialize the group line because our numbering will change. No? So therefore, we will have a group line variable. Okay, there it is. No, we initialize it to 0 because every group will have its own series of line numbers. Okay, so we will set the line number back to 0 after printing the group totals. Okay, here's our header again. No? We set the group line to back to 0, and then our main body, we are going to print the records here. Okay, at this point it's indicated here, and then we will set the last account to the current account so that we will monitor if the group has changed, and we will increment the group line number by 1. Okay, after that, okay, there's the end of the body. We are going to print a group footer for the last line. Okay, we can determine the last line because there's a variable in QWeb called underscore last. Okay, what we'll do is we'll just copy the group footer above and paste it here. Okay, so that our last line will have a group footer. Okay, and then we'll have our standard page break. Our action is this. No, we'll call it hotel transactions report 3. We will use the same model. Okay, and then what will be the lines? Then the lines are not grouped into pages of 65 lines each. We are going to use report line IDS. No? We are not going to call the function that groups it to 65 lines each. Let's take a brief preview of the dashboard. Okay, so we have this the dashboard model. Okay, so we have here the report line IDs. Okay, we'll just call this. We will not call this function that will group it into 65 records each. Just this. Okay, so if you look at our template, okay, we are not going to use that. No, we are going to use the simple report line IDs. So this is a straight line, okay, report, okay, not group by pages. Okay, so let us create this. Okay, uh, we will copy this and we will create the third report. We'll call it hotel transactions 3. We'll go to our reports. Here it is. No? And we will create a file called hotel transaction 3.xml. Remember we made a mistake before of naming it HTML. And then we are going to paste it here. Okay, and we are going to then, okay, insert the records, rather the contents one by one as we go on. So I'm going to give you a copy of this template. Put it in the description below. Okay, the link. Now, let us fill in the lines. Okay. So the first is to put our is to insert our uh, standard page header. Now we have a page header 2, okay, which has a group, a date group, no? Okay. Rather a date from and a date to. I'm just going to copy the line to insert the standard page header. Okay. So our title will be Hotel Transaction Summary, and take note we have set two variables. Okay, date from, which is the date from in our model, and the date to, which is the date to in our standard model. Okay, and we are going to call hotel report page header 2. So we have it here. Okay, page header 2. It's the same thing which has added lines. No? Okay, I hope you follow. And then we will go to our main content. Okay, we have called the specific page header. Now we are going to insert the column headers. Okay, so I'm just going to copy them because they're very long. There are about 9 lines, no? 9 lines, or rather 9 columns in our page header. Okay, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 lines. I'm sorry, no? There are 10 lines in our page header. We'll start with a line number. We'll have a date, and we'll have a guest name this time. We're not going to use the account because the account will be in our group header. Okay, room number, room type, and so on and so forth. Let's go here. Now we are going to initialize our group totals here. We already have set the last account to false, and the group line to 0, because our group line numbering will start at 1. No, we'll just increment it by 1 for every group. Now we are going to have a subtotal for debit and credit, so therefore we are going to add it here. So there it is. We have two variables, subtotal debit and subtotal credit. They are initialized to 0 at the beginning of the body. Okay. Of course, we are going to increment them after each line. Now insert the group footer first. Why do we need to insert the group footer first? Because we must print a subtotal. However, we have a check if the last line is not equal to false. Now initially it's false, so the group footer will not be printed on the first line. Okay. And the last account is not equal to this, it will just print it is not equal to the last account title. So therefore it will print it at every page if the line account title has changed. Okay. So now our group footer will have one row in our group footer. We have it my TR and my single line, so that there will be one line above, no, the group footer. It will not be a double line because it looks awkward. So the double line only occurs in our page header. Okay, so this we can have several rows if you like. Okay. Now we don't need several rows because we already have a line above. No, there's a single line above this row. So therefore, let's see what we are printing here. The columns are vacant. On the third column, we are going to print the label subtotal, and then we are going to T out the last account. Okay, the last account title, and then on the uh, uh, 8th and 9th column, we are going to print our group subtotal. Okay, we are going to T out our subtotal debit and our subtotal credit in the following format. Okay, so that will be our group footer. Now after printing the group footer, we are going to print the group header of the next group. Okay, that is if there's a remaining line. Okay, so therefore if the last account is false, okay, we have the first line, or the last account title is not equal to the current account title. Okay, so here's our group footer. We're going to have one line, no, which is just the account title, and at the same time we are going to initialize it later. Okay, so these are the contents. This one row will have one row. So what do we have in this line? We have the label account and the account title. Okay, uh, it's good if we can just go directly to the contents first, so that we can already set the line, uh, print the footer, and let us comment out the part for the header first. Okay. Here's our actual records. It's the actual body, and we'll comment out the footer first, and then we'll just uncomment them later, so that we will see the effect on the group headers. Okay, so we'll have to delete this because this will be an error. We'll have a double comment. How about the second one? Let's check. Yes, we have a double comment, so we'll have to erase this. Okay, let's save this. Let's try to compile this. This is still transactions 3, and we had a, let's go to our manifest.py and include it there. Yes, we have already included it. And let's go to our hotel dashboard. If we have already, it's in the views. Now, yes, we are calling hotel transactions 3. Okay, so therefore, I think we're ready to go. We'll save this, and then also save this to just to make sure, because we forgot this before. Let's run. Let's go to our apps. Okay, let's update the hotel app. We made a wrong search. There's a backtick. That's why it doesn't appear. I hope there's no error. There's none. Now let's go to our hotel reports. This is our dashboard. Let's print the group transaction report. I hope there's no error. Fortunately, there's none because it's loading. Now let's take a look. Okay. Now we have the group headings, but we didn't have the records yet. Okay. Let's try to find out why. Okay. Group header, group footer. Okay. Group footer lines. Did we put our records already? Now we didn't put the records yet. We forgot to copy it, so therefore we don't have. So we'll put the records here. That's why our report is empty. So I think we're clear. I'm sorry for that. No, I forgot to. Let's put clear and let's run. Let's upgrade this again. We're offline. Why are we offline? We haven't run it. Okay, so let's go to apps. Update our hotel. Okay, there's no error. Let's go to our hotel reports. transaction dashboard, refresh, and let's print. I hope there's no error. And then let's look at that. So now we have the accounts grouped. Okay. We also have the date from and the date to in the header because we've created a different header. So it looks good. Okay. What we need now is the subtotal for the debit and the credit because that's what's required by most accounting applications in preparation for the trial balance and the T accounts. Okay. So they need a total for debit and credit. Okay. Now let's install our group footer. Okay. Let's go back here and then let us uncomment our group footer. So, sorry. We have two sets of group footer. One for the ordinary record and the other one is for the last line. Okay. We have the variable underscore last. No? So line is our data set. Line underscore last. We'll check if this is the last record. Now we are printing this after printing the record, no, not before the record. Otherwise, one record will miss the group. Okay, so we will increment the group totals first. Okay, so let me just copy that. We have already incremented the line, so therefore we don't have to increment it. It only increments by one. Look at this, no? It increments, the group line increments by one every time. Okay, well, we have incremented our subtotals, and then we will copy the group footer that we have above. So now we have copied the group footer. Let me save. I think it's complete, so let's stop and update. We don't have the developer mode. So now let's print this. Okay, check. Okay, so take a look. We now have the subtotals. Okay, so now we have a good looking accounting report which we can submit to the accounting for them to help them prepare their financial reports. I hope you follow, no? Thanks for watching this video. We are going towards the finish line, maybe one or two more topics left. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to send email, especially that in our guest registration, okay, like this here, we would like to put a send email button so that we can send the bill to our respective guests. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now and see you in the next one.